Oh no!
No!
Hey!
Ring!
Hey everybody, welcome to another Schmoedown reaction from us here at Dedicated to Art. Case Cornelese is out for this reaction, so I'm filling in as host. I am the Cosmic Night Fury, Nico Suave Regoli, and I'm joined, as always, by the Skywalker One, Christopher Doman. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing just dandy. Going for the stage names tonight. What the hell? Why not?
It's the only way I know how to intro myself. I've done it for that long.
It's true.
We are reacting to a premiere today as it happens, as opposed to doing the usual wait for it to air and then do it afterwards. So forgive us if there are any time delays. I'm just letting you know that in advance. But the match we are reacting to is the mama bear behind the scenes of the Schmoedown, Rachel Silvestrini, taking on one of her former rivals from her Movie Guys match, Paul Preston. So we've seen what both of these competitors can do in a team environment. We've seen what they can do in the free-for-all, although granted the free-for-all wasn't really the best showcase for either of them. But we do know they both have a lot of knowledge to offer the game, and we'll get to see that here today. I'm going with Rachel simply because of the experience factor, but Chris, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, I got to take the one who I'm actually familiar with, and I got to take the one who I'd say is the more likable of the two, that being Rachel Silvestrini. Not to say that, because of course, I like the nice people, I like the faces, and yeah. But, and like you said, Rachel is very popular amongst the fan community. A lot of people here know her. And that's what I think is going to sort of put her over the edge for this one, as we attempt to stall for time while the premiere, finally starts. Now we got that 2-minute warning. Yay.
Yay.
Okay, actually, I'm gonna mute it so that way, we don't get sued by whoever owns this music.
They shouldn't be able to hear it through your headphones anyway. If they can,
well,
that would be weird.
Nico, you gotta remember, we.
Oh, right. Sorry. Had a brain fart.
It's all right. Yeah, it's a little behind the scenes. You're a little pulling back of the curtain. So how I record is through OBS. I capture what's called my desktop audio. So that includes, anything I'm running in Chrome or Skype or Discord, so on and so forth. Like if I have my Facebook tab and, let's say Nico were to send me a message there, you guys would hear it because it does that stupid little dink thing. So. Oh, and don't forget, tonight on the Who Cares Anime podcast, hosted by yours truly, we have the Addams brothers, one of whom made his debut in the Schmoedown this week. Congratulations, Robert.
Yes, congratulations. And we have a lot of questions to ask him on that podcast. When did he know he was getting the call-up? Did he know it was going to be as a replacement partner? Are both the Cinefanatics going to be coming to the Schmoedown soon? Find out tonight.
Absolutely, and of course I'm bummed once again because that's now 3 rivalries in a row that I can't actually go through on because they all got called up and I'm still here.
So does that mean now you're gonna go like, Chance, Paul,
Adams? Yeah, there's too many Roberts. I'd have to stick to last names.
Good point. And 5, 4.
Yay.
2, 1, 0. Oh, it's another plug from Harloff now.
That's right. That's good. We're just here enjoying. We're relaxing. Also, Nico, I unfortunately haven't caught much of Collider Live this week because I've been working at the same time it's been airing. Have I missed anything hilarious?
Oh,
that's right. No, you called in.
Yes, I did. Had some words about the Comic-Con match. Oh, here we go. Now we officially begin.
Yay!
Ooh.
Hey, Paul Preston here from the Movie Guys. Okay, we lost our first match against Inky and the Brain, but listen, that's not the end of it. I said that we're not going anywhere, and that is a fact, all right? I don't care if you're Inky and the Brain, Anna Brainiacs, or Looney Goons. You can make up a name that's slightly like a famous cartoon series all you want. But we're coming back, and it starts with me, because fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, won't get fooled again. Listen, I got a singles match coming up. I gotta tell Adam about it. He's been in a bit of a funk. Come on. He's going full fort. Adam!
Go away!
Adam!
Go away, I'm in a fort!
Bro!
Bro?
Hey!
Bro. Sorry, bro.
Listen, don't be down. We lost, all right?
Yeah.
But this week, I've got a match against Rachel.
Rachel? She's a wrecking machine! She'll murder you, Rock!
No, the other Rachel.
Oh!
Because revenge will be ours, all right? And I'm taking this match on behalf of the movie guys, planting us firmly back in the Schmoedown.
Thanks, Paul. I'm glad you came here and got me out of my funk. Let's go do it.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah!
That was so cheesy and like after school sitcom-y, but it worked.
If we beat Team 80s and then beat Arkham Knights after that, we're gonna have to do an intro like that, I think, for our first title defense.
Probably. Definitely. Ken and Mark, get ready for a lot of jokes about marriage.
As I drink coffee at 4 in the afternoon.
We have Rachel,
what is wrong with me?
the Shining Star.
You're exhausted. That's what's wrong with you.
Paul, the Powder Keg Preston. Now, it may be their singles debut, but they are no
Powder Keg.
strangers to the movie Trivia Schmoedown universe, as their teams have done battle before. Inky and the Brain taking the W over the movie guys.
Little bit of history here, where back when Rachel and Devon defeated Paul and Adam, the movie guys, and remember that match? The movie guys came out strong. Really kind of know they know their stuff. They're the movie guys. You know, Paul kind of hosted
Strong for a debut.
trivia contest around the greater Los Angeles area.
He goes to bars, does a shot of whiskey. You think he's drunk, then he's got you.
He's got you, and so it was kind of a come from behind victory. And I think that
I guess
got
one of
into
us has to be the
of Paul. And I think when
light
things
case
get in the
level of
cross,
jerk.
You've got problems, and Paul wants revenge.
Nah, I should see a doctor for something like
Thank
that.
God it's
Or
not me.
You should maybe have a rubber match where it's singles instead of teams, and that's exactly what we have here today. Rachel, the Shining Star Silvestrini. Now,
Ooh, the Shining Star. I like that nickname.
The best brownies on the face of the earth. No pot needed, kids. Don't do drugs. And when she comes into the movie Trivia Schmoedown, she's been a big fan. She's been a big supporter. She really helps us around the studio. And then when she steps up,
Roxy Stryer does not condone that message.
Aspect, she brings her A game. She knows a lot about a lot of different movie trivia categories. I think Paul Preston, what we're looking for with him today.
I'm going to make a prediction now. That corruption entrance they did, where they just pretended to beat corruption, that's going to be a nominee for entrance of the year.
Yes, you did.
Wow,
and
they were good.
They were delicious. Big fan of the
Nothing to do with this game, but what a memory.
Oh, so they're gonna try to pull an Andrew Guy win, where they just change their music one time and then all of a sudden they're the best thing in the world.
I don't think their intention was to get a nomination, but it's probably going to happen. Promos. What did you got for us today, Nerd Chronic?
So we played the family, Inky and the Brain did, and we did really well.
You guys were so close to knocking off the family.
Somebody who likes to be entertained when we call these matches, Inky and the Brain, one of my new favorite squads.
But it really got me thinking. I've been considering it for a long time. I've kind of been talking to Christian and Sam about competing in the singles, and now it's my chance, and they found Paul for me.
Hey, Paul Preston here from the movie guys. You may remember we had a match against Inky and the Brain a little while back. We didn't come out on top of that. It was a rough match.
The movie guys, look, they got to hold their heads up there, Rachel. 23 points, nothing to shout about it.
Absolutely.
It looks like they're going to be around for a bit.
I guess he's a little, what's the word, butthurt that he lost after his perfect first round. So now I guess I have to beat him again for a chance to get into the singles tournament. Paul, you're going down.
Paul is having a great showing.
Great start.
All right, I had a perfect first round. You may remember, finally I'm getting my chance. So I'm glad they called me back eventually. And today I'm taking on Rachel Silvestrini. I think she was the brain in Inky and the Brains. Or maybe it was Devon, I can't remember.
It was definitely her.
Yeah.
Today I'm going to
avenge the movie guys with a match against Rachel. I feel like an Avenger. I'm going to avenge the team. I'm Bruce Banner, Edward Norton, all right? I'm not Ang Lee, though. You won't like me when I'm Ang Lee.
Bringing on his protein powder and drinking his protein shakes during his match doesn't faze me. Bring your worst.
Like, I know Rachel's real big on Disney, so I prepped myself by watching all the big Disney movies. Chicken Little, the classics, Meet the Robinsons. Look, last time we were here, I said we kick open the door and we make a path for ourselves wherever we're headed. Maybe the team's title's a little further off.
Sorry, I think I'm going to have to go to the bathroom and make a
She's in the
Chicken
way.
Little.
All right, so we're going to knock over Rachel and move on to the next thing.
It's their worst film.
Oscar winner
Changed my
J.K.
mind.
Simmons said, I know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two.
And
Rachel,
Ingle,
you're next.
I know you'll watch this reaction. You keep your mouth shut.
This was one of the most pun-heavy promos so far. Like, let's see, your protein powder. You won't like me when I'm angry. So much cheese, but it works so well.
Ken, those are the words of two people who desperately want more matches, sure, but want to compete in the ultimate Schmoedown.
Last time I heard dialogue that cheesy,
How do you see this one?
I'm pretty sure I wasn't watching a
You know what?
promo.
It's a tough call. I would not write any of these competitors off, or each of these competitors off. I really, you know, I've been involved for a few years and around this business. Cross paths.
I don't know why that went over my head.
I know he knows his stuff.
Let's keep it that way.
Can he put aside this kind of emotion, this vengeance, this you know, looking for the man in black like he's Inigo Montoya or something like that? I don't want that to take him out of his goal here today.
What are you and Paul doing? Do you guys run into each other? You guys giving each other?
We're pirates. We're actually pirates. We maraud on the high seas together in Burbank pools.
Yes, with your best friend Don Carnage. There you go, folks. Tailspin reference for you. And the DuckTales reboot. He's in there too.
What are the strengths of these particular?
I'm envisioning Ken as the pirate, and he's just like saying, "Hey, listen, can you do me this favor and walk off the plank? I don't really want to have to stab anyone."
Rachel side, you know, Disney and rom-coms. Disney and rom-coms.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Rom-coms, you know, you go to a theme park on a date. So
Now, Grace, she'd probably kill some fools.
All right, well, Ken sees himself out. I will simply ask you before you go, why don't you stick around and enjoy the match with me? Are you ready?
I'm ready, sir.
Then it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown.
Here we go.
Yeah, woo. Wouldn't Ken do that intro?
Debut, and I defer to the one, the only, the Burbank.
He does these intros.
Absolutely, they're a Class A team, affiliate of the Dodgers. All right, introducing first, representing the movie guys, making his singles.
I'll say this: you guys have good taste.
Here is Paul the Particle.
Getting on some of the equipment here in the studio.
Yeah, we're
Probably the best song about doing crystal meth ever.
That's from the future. That's the answer, gentlemen.
Incorrect. That's not the answer. The game hasn't begun yet. The game has not begun yet, Paul.
The game hasn't begun, but
All
the
right.
showmanship is on full display. We have never had protein powder be a part of an intro before. That was a first.
Absolutely. Here we go. His opponent. One half of the team, Inky and the Brain, making her singles division debut, Rachel, the Shining Star, Silvestrini.
She brought a flask.
She's calling for quiet. She's drinking.
This isn't an Irish coffee. Now I'm sad.
Preston coming out with protein powder, Silvestrini coming out with what appears to be whiskey, and it's a clash of styles and I guess diets here, Ken.
Well, we'll see how it plays out. I'd
You're
rather
more of a whiskey guy.
I'd rather the whiskey, but I'd rather be ready with the protein powder.
All right, I'm just thinking of those two ingredients together, and it is gross. So let's move on to the rules here in round number one. In round number one, you're going.
I'm gonna get an almost perfect round.
From 8 different corners.
I'm gonna try.
And Nico will do his best.
Also, because this is on a premiere and Chris and I live in different states, he might be a few seconds faster than me on his feed or vice versa. So just letting you know if we're out of sync when answering these questions.
Yep.
Please say your answer into the microphone at the same time you show us what you wrote. You do have to write down the answer within the 15 seconds. We will
could be worse.
There. You also, each of you have 3 uses.
We could be like 10 seconds off.
Oh, God.
That would be really weird.
You're not sure you heard a question right, you want to repeat it, or you just want to buy yourself another 15 seconds. Use a JTE rule.
It would be like one of those awkward news interviews where like it takes 10 seconds to get a response from someone on location.
She's good. She sends her love.
Laura said hi.
I will.
Are you ready to go?
Yes.
All right, Paul. How's your family?
They're fine!
What the hell was that?
You know what? He
Look at
answered
that.
into a microphone, and that's
Yeah.
all I ask of anybody up
Okay.
on the desk. So I think he's ready to go. Ken and I are ready to go. So let's get ready to Schmoedown.
Ding ding.
All right, Ken, you have the honor. What's our first category?
All right,
Round
first
number 1.
question out of 8 is in the category of action/adventure. Action-adventure.
Those-
Who directed Romancing the Stone?
I'm getting a stone vibe from these two.
Overrated.
I
Kind of
once,
show up different styles.
Overrated.
Maybe how's this gonna work out, and then I think it works out okay in that
I
movie.
once romanced the stone and was asked to leave
I
Reno.
was saying, Nico, if that didn't give it away,
Pens down, going to you, Rachel.
Robert Zemeckis.
No clue.
Oh, I wrote Sofia Coppola.
Robert Zemeckis.
That
It
is
is
correct.
Robert.
Paul's up for a point.
The movie's from
And-
1984.
Bob Zemeckis. The
Chris is disappointed in me. We're off to a great start, folks.
And we go to your next question.
Yes, that's technical.
Flight's a great movie.
Still love you, Nico.
Movie release dates is your next
Oh,
category.
shit.
Movie release dates. What year saw the release of Braveheart, Heat, and Seven?
What a year.
Pretty sure.
All right, is Brooklyn gonna have to make you a sandwich?
He does. Braveheart is his Star Wars.
4,
He really needs to start delivering on those.
1. Pens down to you, Mr. Preston.
My birthday. My birthday
Oh,
year,
I had 87.
1995.
Wow.
That is correct.
All right.
I was
and the
way off.
20s, I can't do math. Rachel.
94.
94.
Off by a year. So close.
He
so
has
close.
yet
so
to
close.
get on the board, Ken, as we move on to question number 3.
All right. Question 3
I am
comes from
not
the category
saying
of
a thing.
dramas.
Thank
Who
you.
plays famed astronaut Neil Armstrong in 2018's First Man?
Could also been a.
Trying to think, did I see a trailer for this?
Oh yeah,
That would
definitely.
have seen Paul turn.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. The director is Damien Chazelle. Who's the leading man? And who's the leading man in his last film?
Pens are down. We need answers starting with Rachel.
Mickey Mouse Club member himself, Ryan Gosling.
I was thinking Brad Pitt.
All right, Paul.
So I
takes
had a
the lead,
hot blonde guy, just wasn't the right one.
Still perfect.
fair
As we move on to our next category, that is animated movies, and that means it's time to rock.
What the hell?
Anyway, these are movies that are drawn by hand or on a computer. The question is, in The Lion King, what does Hakuna Matata mean?
Okay.
Hakuna Matata. That's my.
Hakuna Matata?
That is my favorite.
What a
Belgian
wonderful
word.
phrase.
English translation, I believe, is ass, gas, or grass.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No worries for the rest of your days.
No worries.
Paul.
Means no worries.
That is correct, sir.
For the rest of your days.
All right, Rachel got
All
it
right.
too. No worries. All
They
right.
both got it.
extra points
Rachel
for
has woken up and she is alive and well. 2 points for
Yes,
her.
and Nico's on the board finally.
You gave me
Still
Disney.
throwing a
Do this.
perfect game here, halfway through round number 1.
All right. Question 5 is in the category of fantasy/sci-fi. Fantasy sci-fi. Which actress stars in the films The Fifth Element, The Fourth Kind, and Resident
Oh
Evil?
crap, what is her name? What is her name?
No,
Ah,
I didn't. I didn't hear
Apparently, she's got a knack
Boy,
for marrying
I'm like Harry
directors
Carey
because she
at
married
Sin
both
City.
Luc
Sounded
Besson
like
and
5,
Paul W.S. Anderson.
4, 3.
I can't remember her name.
1.
Damn it.
Mila Jovovich.
There it is. Damn it.
Rachel.
Mila Jovovich. I can never say her name. Jovanovic.
Yeah, we
No,
can't.
can't take.
accept-
No.
It's
so
it's
close,
not.
Rachel.
I knew
It's
she was
not
gonna
spelled
screw me over
correctly
at
either.
some
To
point.
back you up there, Paul.
My second wife, Mia Jovovich.
Mila
That girl.
Jovovich is
Mila
correct.
Jovovich, that's right.
Is correct.
Funny.
That's right.
Girl.
Is correct.
See,
Duh.
knowing Rachel
Duh.
the way I do, I think if she had had a couple more pulls of whiskey, I think she would have spelled that one correct.
Just
Just not quite drunk
What-
enough. Don't try that at home.
What's
kids.
odd is I'm pretty sure Paul's first wife is in the crowd, so that's a
As far as she knows.
All right.
all
Your
right.
next category is in the world of comedies.
Ha.
And your question is, what 90s teen comedy has the tagline, "You never forget your first piece"?
Oh.
And that thing's
Oh.
still waiting for my first piece. Will this be the year?
Oh man, remember back when we didn't.
5,
I wouldn't know.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
American
going to
Pie.
you, Paul.
American
Damn it.
That's
Warm
correct.
apple pie. He got
American Pie.
it. As
Pie,
did-
American Pie.
Never forget your first piece of pie.
Two questions left. Two
It
questions
seems that
left.
the crowd
Hey-o.
has broken out in favor of Silvestrini.
I
here,
can't even
Ken. Are you
remember
sensing
the
that?
wrong
Because
movie
know
I
you're
was
a
thinking
Preston
of now.
It is, you know.
I got guys.
You know, it is what it is. But hey, look at this. Paul, we got two questions left. Paul is still perfect at this point in the game.
His intro partner Adam is already at the health club playing racquetball.
Absolutely. Question 7 comes in the category of horror/thriller. Horror/thriller.
Yay.
John Cusack and Samuel L. Jackson star in what 2007 film?
All you had to say was
Story
two
about an
actors, and I
author
knew it
who's
like
stuck
that.
In a haunted hotel room.
The name of the title is The Hotel
Hang out
Room.
with one of those two people. Cusack.
That's close because late 90s Cusack was pretty much what.
Here,
Yeah,
I'll even
so
give
it's
you what
like,
it is divided by 2. 704.
2,
I want to play golf with
1. All right.
Well,
1408.
my
Your answers?
thing just. Damn it.
1408.
You got the number
That's
right.
correct.
Did Paul?
I did not.
Oh,
The
snap.
crowd
Oof.
is gone.
Swing and a miss.
Perfection has
Look at that.
crumbled right before our eyes.
All right,
Absolutely.
Paul. Missed this last one. Rachel get it.
Preston continued
Let's make it
to
a
melt
one-point
under
game.
the pressure. It is 6-4. He actually enjoys a 2-point lead as we get into our last question here in round number 1, and that comes from the realm of coming of age. Coming of age movies. What Wes Anderson film follows young kids Sam Shakusky and Susie Bishop who fall in love in the 1960s?
Well said, sir.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's the H's and the S's.
You know,
Two of the harder letters to pronounce
it is.
in our alphabet.
It is. You're all right.
Good
You're all right.
question.
23 letters in
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna be so happy on Monday for that geek
One
three-way.
pens down looking for answers.
Moonrise Kingdom.
I can't remember.
Mr. Preston.
Moonrise Kingdom?
That's correct for a point.
He's got
Boom, baby.
Moonrise Kingdom.
Moonlight Kingdom.
Moonrise
Oh,
it's
she had Moonlight
Rachel.
Kingdom.
Rachel.
So Ken, she easily could have been trailing by 1,
Yeah.
but she got Mila Jovovich,
Yep.
and she had Moonlight. It was Moonrise Kingdom, so she clearly is.
That's like
is
two.
actually
That's
really
like
impressed.
two
It just
South
needs
Side
to
by
Get
me's.
a little bit drunker, I think.
Or Southside
absolutely.
with
Cubs
me,
have a
what
7-4 lead as we go to the 7th inning here. And
Sorry.
we got the wheel round, Mark.
It is the wheel round. The wheel.
No
of fate,
one has
good
ever
and
said that this was
justice,
my
and a
category.
Wheel Slice for today's match is sponsored by a Schmoedown patron. The sponsor.
That's
Wheel
why you're my
Slice
partner in
is that
fandom,
of young Miss
not
Sandra Bullock. It is
regular.
the Wheel Slice that is sponsored.
Yeah.
If one of our
Yeah.
competitors spins Sandra Bullock and decides to answer the questions from Miss Bullock's category, we will say the name of that patron.
In another
Thank you,
universe, I
everybody.
watched every movie ever made and beat up Paul
In
and
round
Chance
number
with
2,
one hand
each
tied
one
behind
of
my
you gets a
back.
Spin at that thorough wheel that includes Miss Bullock's category. Whatever category you settle on, you're going to hear 4 questions. Each question's worth 2 points. There's no penalty for missing a question.
I don't know where that universe is,
available in
but
round
it's out
number
there.
2, so to ensure the
You
answer,
said it,
you
not
can ask
me.
us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which we promise is correct. At that point, the value of the question does go down to 1 point. Rachel's the favorite here today, but Paul.
Spin Disney so I could get something right.
Please. Or spin movie release dates. So I can get them all right.
And I can be 12 years
I
off.
appreciate those rules, although most people fast forwarded through them. Thank you. I'm going to spin the wheel.
Paul's
I'll
going to
spin
spin. He's going to spin.
He's going to spin.
Spin from
Paul
the
Preston trying
wheel,
to
not the
curry
pegs,
favor with
and that's a
me.
good spin. Solid spin.
Eh.
Good rotation.
I mean,
You kind of
It's going around.
had a
Did like
brute
what he
grab
did
to
there.
it, but I guess that
Taking
works.
all that protein.
Did he put enough on it to get past opponent's choice? He did.
Drama.
Drama.
So close. Is he going to spin again, or is he going to stick with
I mean,
that?
nah.
He's
thinking.
Nah. With Spielberg and Disney on the wheel, I'd go for one of those.
And we're going to need... He's going to spin again. He's going to spin again. A good, calm spin.
Better spin.
There.
Much better.
A good spin. A good spin.
I think he just wants to keep spinning until he gets the wedge known as the Martin Cove wedge.
Absolutely. It's going to pass Dramas.
This could be Spinner's choice.
Oh, wow.
Come on.
Wow.
Spinner's choice.
Wow.
Spinner's
Wow.
choice. Directors.
Ooh, directors.
Directors.
He's
Okay.
pretty confident in that choice. He was really excited about it there. Directors.
All
Four
right,
questions.
4 questions are going to be in your slate. Paul, I'll be administering your questions. Ken will be asking Miss Silvestrini hers. You're first of 4 in the world of directors. Who directed Ice Cube and Kevin Hart in 2014's Ride Along?
Tim Story.
Really? Tim Story directed it?
Mhm.
Interesting.
It's no wonder those movies sucked.
Tim Story?
Damn.
It is Tim Story for 2 points.
I actually like the first ride along.
Good pull.
Took him a good 10 seconds to get it.
I might actually
Pulled it
like the
out.
second one a little bit more.
All right, your next question.
It's been a while.
Rob Minkoff and Roger Allers directed what classic Disney animated film?
The Little Mermaid. Yeah, because it's not.
4, 3, 2.
Options. Oh, what is it?
Multiple choice?
Yeah, multiple choice.
If we can accept
Options. Give up.
as an
All right.
ask. Your options are: is it A, Aladdin, B, The Little Mermaid, C, The Lion King, or D, Beauty and the Beast?
Because Kirk Wise was involved in Beauty and the Beast and The Lion King. Actually, no, it was Gary Trousdale.
Aladdin.
That is incorrect for a 1-point steal, Rachel.
Can I get a repeat, please?
I'll repeat the options. Is
No,
it
the
A,
whole question. I'll use JT.
you'll use the JT, and I can use that for you as well.
If you need it, use it.
Roger Allers directed what classic Disney animated film? Your multiple choice options are A, Aladdin, B, The Little Mermaid, C, The Lion King, or D, Beauty and the Beast.
Lion King?
That's a big steal
Big
for
steal.
a point
Ooh.
by Rachel.
Oh, no.
Kind of gets her back to even
Big
footing with Paul as
steal.
Rachel's not gone in round 2.
If it's Disney,
Back to
Rachel
the
knows it.
For 2 more questions. Your penultimate question in this category of directors, Christopher McQuarrie has directed how many films in the Mission Impossible series?
I was going to say 3, but I trust you.
2.
2 points.
Correct. 2 points.
Preston
2
back
points.
on the answering train.
I like he takes his time, gives his answer.
All right, your last question in the world of directors.
Come on, Rachel.
For 2 possible points, Tate Taylor directed what 2011 period drama?
The Help.
2 more points for Paul. He knows his directors. He got Spinner's choice. He
If she goes perfect, she can tie the game.
True.
And it paid off there in the form of now an 8-point lead over Rachel Silvestrini, who makes her way to the wheel. She does have a chance to make some noise here. See how she does under the white-hot spotlight of the movie trivia show.
All right, be careful when you proclaim to be an expert in something. That's why I lost the salad bar contest at Sizzler. last
Ken just
month.
made a salad
All
bar
right.
joke.
4
Yeah,
questions.
yeah.
First one.
All right, here we go.
Which Disney princess comes from Andalasia?
Andalasia. Where the shit?
5, 4, 3.
Multiple
2.
choice.
A. Rapunzel. B. Aurora. C. Belle. D. Giselle.
That sounds.
Giselle.
Yeah.
Giselle.
Yeah.
For a point.
Enchanted.
I did not know that was a Disney princess.
People always forget her.
What Disney animated film features the song Following the Leader?
Peter Pan.
Oh
Peter
yeah.
Pan.
That's correct for 2 points.
Following
All right,
the
Rachel starts turning on here. She can
Get
pull
back
within
in.
1 of Paul Preston if she gets
Wherever you
these
may
last 2 correct without multiple choice.
All right. What 90s film was Disney's live-action remake of one of its earlier animated feature films and starred Carrie Elwes, Lena Headey, and Sam Neill?
That's a mouthful question.
Five, 4,
Multiple.
3. A. Alice in Wonderland.
No.
Wonderland. B. Rudyard Kipling's
101
The Jungle Book. C.
Dalmatians.
101 Dalmatians.
Rudyard Kipling's
D.
The Jungle
The
Book.
Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Jungle Book?
That is correct. That is correct. 1 point
That's
there. Keep
That's
space.
somebody who knows a lot about Disney movies. Maybe not sure the answer, but circling around and well played by Silvestrini.
Absolutely. Sometimes you go to the second
One
or
of
third
Dimensions was
receiver.
Glenn
when
Close,
you're
Hugh
going
Laurie,
downfield.
Jeff
Ken, going
Daniels.
from baseball to football.
Okay.
All right.
I
Final
mixed
question.
up my
Rachel.
actors.
It's all right.
Which animated film includes the song "The Best of Friends"?
The Fox and the Hound.
A lot of songs in those Disney movies. A lot of
They love singing and dancing.
singing and dancing.
Together.
These are like all Disney films I either haven't seen or haven't seen in a long time.
Multiple.
A. The Fox and the Hound. B. Oliver and Company. C. Tarzan. D. Lilo and Stitch.
Fox and the Hound.
That's correct for a point. That's correct for a point.
All right, so Rachel knows her Disney. Paul Preston knows his directors. Maybe Rachel having to check the multiple choice a little more than
She
would
can
want
still
to,
catch up.
but
She can
she
still
did
catch up.
Narrow the gap from an 8-point lead after Paul was done with round number 2. So now it's just a 3-point lead that Paul Preston has going in to round number 3.
Right.
Round number 3 works as thus. Each competitor is going to hear 3 questions. These questions could be from any corner of the movie Trivia Schmoedown Know-How Galaxy. The way we get the question is you give us 3 numbers. These numbers can range from 1 to 20. Each number corresponds to a different genre of film. The first question asked you is worth 2 points. The next one's worth 3 points. The last one, should we need to use it, is worth 5 big points. And Paul, because you are currently enjoying a 3-point lead, you will give us your series of numbers first. What feels lucky?
4, 7, 12.
4, 7, 12.
Okay.
Both evens and
Yeah!
All right. Big numbers, big numbers, big numbers.
All right, Rach, how about you?
I'm going to go with my dad's birthday, 926.
Yay, birthdays!
2, 6.
All right.
Rachel's dad born in 926 AD, the year of
Still looks good, though.
All right, so Paul, you
Also, her
are gonna
dad's
be
John
chilling
Roca.
there with your Rachel gets her
No, he's
question
Andrew
series
Guy's
at
dad.
least initiated first. Rachel, I'll be asking you your questions. So you selected number 9 for your first 2-point question. And up here at the answer desk, that
I love how
corresponds
that was the thing that was
fantasy
attempted.
sci-fi.
Imagine if it actually went through and
your
became a
question,
thing.
2 points. What 1994 film finds an archaeologist played by James Spader going on an intergalactic mission through
Stargate.
a portal with an army colonel played by Kurt Russell?
Stargate.
2 points.
Points.
And Silvestrini
Bad
pulls
movie.
within 1.
Really bad movie.
of Paul
But good job.
Preston. Okay, Rachel, for your next question, we're staying with you.
Come on.
You selected number
Got
2
this.
for your 3-point question. And that corresponds up here to new releases. These are movies released in the last 12 to 18 months, available at your local 7-Eleven, Redbox. And your question is, who plays Mary Stuart in Mary, Queen of Scots?
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie.
Incorrect.
Ooh.
Looking for Saoirse Ronan.
Wow.
Oh, it was Saoirse.
One of the 2.
Ronan. Very tough name. And there's like 900 Mary, Queen
Yeah,
Mary
there's a lot.
projects going on at
There's a
all
lot.
times. So
There's a lot. I once got lost in the Queen Mary down a long
it's tough to
Yep.
keep track. That's a haunted boat.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, Rachel, you do now find yourself trailing Paul by 1, and your 5-pointer is what's left. So you either answer this and force Paul's hand, or
Come on,
you
Rachel.
miss it, Paul wins by way of technical knockouts. You selected number 6 for your 5-point question, and that corresponds to romantic comedies.
Okay.
Romantic comedies. And your question. In 2007's Waitress, who plays Dr. Jim Pomatter, the new doctor who starts an affair with the already pregnant Jenna?
I think she sees the face but can't put the name on it.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat.
I can do that for you.
Smart.
In 2007's Waitress, who plays Dr. Jim Pomatter, the new doctor who starts an affair with the already pregnant Jenna?
Please, Captain Mal. Castle.
We're going to need an answer in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat.
Final one.
In 2007's Waitress, who plays Dr. Jim Pomander, the new doctor who starts an affair with the already pregnant Jenna?
Come on. Come on, you got this.
Damn it.
This is the moment. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Nope.
Ah.
It's your winner by way of TKO, Paul Preston. We're looking for Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion. She was right there. She knew he was the guy from Castle. She knew the actor. She just
Firefly, come on.
couldn't quite get the
His
name
face is
of
also
the
on a movie
microphone.
poster
Hats
in
off
Guardians
to
of the
Paul
Galaxy,
Preston for
Volume
taking
2.
A hard-fought W here. They both showed their breadth of knowledge, is what we talked about at the top of the show. Can you get outside your comfort zone? Well, Paul didn't have to. He was able to pick directors for his round 2 category. But then Rachel spinning Disney, so it was really back and forth there, showing off knowledge. And then Rachel just getting a tough slate of questions to kick off her round 3. And it ends up with a Paul Preston TKO. Ken, your thoughts?
Look, Paul didn't even need to answer third round questions, but like you said, I think he put the pressure on, almost had a perfect first round. Rachel, so close so many times, so there was pronunciations.
It was
spellings.
that close.
It was, I'm pulling my own JTEs here. The final one, Fillion, that's a deep cut, tough one, but that's what it is.
I had no idea who's in the movie. Luckily, the answers are right in front of me. We're now going to have an interview with both the winner and the loser of today's match with our own Jen Sturger. Jen, the floor is yours.
What's up, movie trivia Schmoedown fans? Jen Sturger here with Rachel. Rachel, you befell yourself to the Riley curse today. It's like even when you get a category that you just know inside and out, you can still just get those deep pulls that you just go, ah.
It was a little rough. They did step up their Disney
I was like,
questions.
hanging out
I
with
will
Riley
say
the other
that.
night,
Kudos, Chris.
helping him with a little training.
But yeah, it was a good match, and I just
for
had
being
some
a
brain
patron.
farts. I did not come into this as ready as I really wanted to be.
Do you think the whiskey hurt?
No, the whiskey helps. It was
Okay.
it was the sleep deprivation and the exhaustion and
That'll do it.
stress. That's fun. That really
Yay,
helps to
human
win.
problems.
So, how did you feel about Paul's play?
Paul played well. Yeah, he.
Were you surprised?
No, I mean, he performed very well in our first match, and I mean, he got that perfect first round for our first match, and I was really excited to go after him again. I just happened to not perform as well as I thought I was going to.
You're still a young player in this league. You're still learning the
thank you.
ropes. You know what I mean? So, what do you think you could do differently going forward?
Sleep. Honestly, you can't sleep enough.
Discount that, honestly.
No. I honestly knew Nathan Fillion. He is one of my favorite human beings. I love his stuff, but all of his characters kept coming to the forefront, and I just had a dream mover
You're like,
moment.
I don't need your characters. I need your name.
I was like, Doctor. Yeah, it was bad. But yeah, I need to study a little bit more. I just started a new job. It's fun, and all the stresses and stuff. You just need to put that away and be able to focus on this.
Yeah, Inky in the Brain has faced some really tough competitors. Now you faced a tough competitor in singles. What's it going to take to get you into the tournament?
Which one? Because I want both. I would really love to fight for our team. I think that Devin and I have a lot to prove. I think that we have just to hit our stride, and we're starting to get better and better.
And your misses have been near misses.
Oh, all of our matches have been the closest matches in history, I think. Like 1-2 point misses, like that's it. Like we just literally need to improve our round 3, and then we're fine. For every single one of our matches, we would have been great.
It's the Bibs
Those are
curse in a
everyone's
way.
famous last words. If only round 3.
And
Yeah, but then
round
corruption
1, too.
wouldn't be here, so.
Fair
She
play.
almost put up
Well,
6 points.
tough
She
loss
almost put up
today.
6
Hope
points.
to see you around again
She
soon.
could have
been
I'm
just-
sure we'll work something
Yeah, but she
out.
Yeah,
could've
any
possibly put up
match they
7.
want to throw me, I'm in.
You heard it here, guys. And we're back with the movie, guys.
He's
Paul,
still
that was a
wearing 2
great
sets of
match. How are you
glasses.
feeling right now?
Yeah, it's a heck of a match out there. You know, Rachel and I, we've squared off before, obviously, with Adam and with Devon there, but I think we know who the brain is in Inky and the Brain. It's Devon. I think he's got now a history of being the brain out there. But I was happy to
How
jump in
dare
there
you,
today.
sir.
And I want to take Disney away from her, so I get directors, and then I get a Disney director question. And she stole the point on that. So, yeah, but hey, still, did pretty well. Happy to get the wheel going in my favor. That never happens.
Yeah, opponent's choice is always a tough one to get, but spinner's choice is like, I mean,
The world is your oyster.
the world exactly. That
Exactly.
totally the wheel will just determine your fate 99% of the time in these
Yeah.
type matches. So when you got Disney, when she got Disney, were you kind of surprised at the level of difficulty she had?
Yeah, those were rough. You know, she seemed like me over there when she was answering the Disney questions. You know, and I've worked at Disney, you know, and I've done some stuff over there.
Like as a tour guide or something?
Yeah. I mean, undisclosed things, you know, NDA type stuff. Working real close with them on the high-profile projects that I can't
Like running the
can't
Dumbo
mention.
ride.
Yeah, but it involves just taking over the world. But still, it went great. I was happy to come out on top, basically, in the end. The wheel is everything, man. The wheel is everything, and I was happy it went my way today.
So now you get a chance to be in the tournament. How are you feeling about that?
Well, look, there's a movie out there called The Professor and the Madman. I don't know if you know this movie. It stars Sean Penn and Mel Gibson. Believe it or not, Mel Gibson doesn't play the Madman. However, I think I want to make that movie come to life right here at the Schmoedown. I'll be the Madman. Lon Harris, you be the Professor.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You want to take on Lon Harris.
He's a guy.
Have you watched Lon Harris play?
Yeah, he watched movies. I've watched movies. Listen, movies are the greatest export America has. Without movies, we wouldn't have amazing things like movie projectors or movie theaters or movie screens. I've watched them just like he has. So he studies them. Yeah, I retain everything on the first view. Done. I'll take on Lon Harris. Not a problem.
Better up your protein intake. Alex is going to love you cleaning up that floor.
I mean, Lon has had some rough games himself.
To win, and clearly it worked.
So this might be more even than you think.
Our own special energy drink, Uva Balls. He's going to be pumped up with Uva Balls, and this is going to go nuts.
We are not sponsored by Uva Balls.
Just me.
We are.
Is that an actual drink?
All right, well, can you see that? I mean, Rachel's such a delight to have in the league, and she certainly is not going anywhere from a competition standpoint. She has already showed herself to be a great personality, and I think that people are starting to realize how much she knows about movies and not just limited to Disney films. You look at Paul Preston. This guy, I know that he was a horse that you were backing early. So the movie guy's not the best debut as they lost Inky the Brain. He gets some measure of revenge here today. How far can he go in the singles league and maybe the Ultimate
I think he's got a lot of knowledge across many genres. He's a tall, strapping lad, and I think he can come in here and really show what he's capable of going forward in singles matches. But, you know, the movie guys as a team, I wouldn't count them out either.
Yeah, we might have to work on his intro because I can still smell whey
I hope you all
protein
enjoyed
powder.
that.
Chocolate mocha flavor, I believe, is what he threw up. But hey, it got him the W.
Okay.
13-12 is your final score.
Gross.
Thank you guys for watching this edition of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Make sure you check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. Select which tier is right for you. You can check us out in audio form on our podcast wherever you download podcasts. Thanks to our good friends at Himalaya. And we are this close to New York City, kids. Manhattan is where it all goes down. Two huge
We're going there.
in the Big Apple.
We
That's
are?
August 31st. I'll be doing some stand-up. August 30th at New York Comedy Club. You can get tickets for that at markelslive.com.
And
Get tickets
I
for
don't
any
think we're
live
going to
shows
find out
at the
who Paul is playing
schmoedownlive.com.
until the day before the
Celebrating
event.
author of Why We Love Star
Probably not.
Wars, Ken Knapsack. I am Mark Baby Carrots Ellis. Ken, say goodnight.
Good night, friends. Good night.
All right, do we get a cutscene?
Please no.
No, we do not.
Guys, hope
Yay!
and want to let you know before you
Okay.
live up top.
Okay,
Jedi
so
Count.
Chris, do you remember
It's another
in the
show I've been
prequels
doing
of
for a
Star
good-
Wars where Yoda kept saying clouded to the presence of the dark side, the Jedi are?
Hard to see the dark side is.
Yes, and I feel like that was Rachel today. Like she had, we saw it in round one. She had some close spellings that weren't quite there, and that cost her 2 points. And then in her strength of Disney, she was just struggling to put it together with a lot of those questions. She could multiple choice
She
her
was
way
in her
through.
own head.
Yes, and you know we've both been there, having played in the fan leagues. We've both had that one match where we were super tired compared to all the other times we performed, and we did not perform at our best. For me, that was probably back in January against Coho, where I was so exhausted from having already played 13 matches in that 1 month that I missed 4 out of 5 Star Wars questions.
And for me, that was my last match against Lucas Sheldbach where, I scored 9 effing points. That's embarrassing.
So it happens to the best of us, and even despite that, Rachel was still able to put up 12 points. It was still just a matter of she was in a fog. She was in a fog. She saw the answers and just couldn't pull them. She needed that extra oomph. And for that last question, the extra oomph was not there. Paul, on the other hand, showed he does have a lot of knowledge to offer. It's how much we will find out with future performances, but we've seen him perform 3 times now, once in the free-for-all, once in teams, and now once in singles. He has a lot of potential, and it's showed. And now he's in the tournament, and he might play Lon Harris.
See, okay, I'll meet you halfway where I say it might be closer than we think, but that's on one condition. Will Lon be too into his character of the professor? Because every time that he's stumbled, it's always been because he was too caught up in the character of the professor. When Lon buckles down, when he is truly there in the game, he's a wrecking machine. But, as we also seen in his match against Bibiani, when he's too committed to being, oh, well, I am the professor, and I know all about film, and you do not, then, yeah, he's going to miss, over half his questions, and he's going to blow it completely.
I still don't know how much stock I put into that. His character is actually hindering his performance in the match.
We've seen it happen 5 times. In both singles and teams. Especially so in the Harris Brothers versus Critically Acclaimed match, and in Harris Brothers versus Who's the Boss.
Could it just be that they're using their characters as an excuse for why they don't know the answers? They use it more as a coping mechanism than as something that's hindering them?
I'm not gonna say that it's not, but let's think back to MODOK versus Patriots. What caused MODOK to lose that match? Matt Atchity was too in character during the speed round, because if he had just buzzed in, said the answer, they wouldn't have had to go to sudden death, and the Patriots would have been dethroned. But that's not what happened. And that's where I feel like it's kind of been the same thing with Lon, where we've clearly seen he knows so much of his stuff. But, as sometimes what happens when you are truly committed to a different personality in the Schmoedown, you tend to forget stuff. Or you tend to forget stuff because you're so focused on the character.
Someone should do a study on the people who really invest in unique characters in the Schmoedown.
Janish, get on it.
Yes, Janish, get on it. And so we know that it's going to be Paul versus Lon, or at least we think it's going to be Paul versus Lon in the first round of the Schmoedown singles tournament. And it looks like Rachel, she's going to see, she doesn't know where she stands in terms of the tournament picture, but she would like to continue with Devin for the team's picture. And I feel like that's a good choice because, just having Devon there is a nice little comfort boost for her, and vice versa. Having Rachel there is a good comfort boost for Devin. And they do put up good performances as a team. It showed with their scores. They almost beat Corruption. They almost beat the Family. It was just a matter of those last questions. So they are forced to be reckoned with in teams, and we shall see how things play out from there. Before we go, I want to touch on the opening vignette that we saw. Good character work. It shows a lot of the potential that the movie guys have for future angles. Will we see more of them going into dumpsters and forts when they are coming off losses? They have a lot of personality to offer this game.
Yeah. But that's about it as what I can say right now. I need a bigger sample size of their work as a team. I need a bigger sample size of them as players, and so far, they're fun, they're goofy. They're kind of like the old man version of the Wildberries.
I like that comparison. And since they're coming off a loss in teams, I feel like it would be a good idea to put them up against a good team that's also coming off a loss, and that would probably beat the Looney Bins. Let's see the characters versus the characters with a lot of knowledge to back it up, and let's see how things play out from there.
Looney Bin, Looney Bin, Looney Bin, Looney Bin.
Indeed. But, guys, this has been our reaction. You know the drill. Like, share, and subscribe, and tune into all of our other content here on Dedicated to Art, which we will talk about in just a minute. But first, let's get to our plugs. Chris, where can the good people of the internet find you?
You guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Stardust, Letterboxd, and Discord at Skywalker Dome. And you guys can follow this very channel on Twitter and Instagram at D2A channel. Please like our Facebook page. And make sure you guys watch tonight's episode of the Who Cares Anyway podcast, where we got to sit down with Robert Adams of the Cinefanatics and his brother Chris Adams. We've had them both on the show a couple times now. We'd call them just straight up friends. And yeah, Robert made his Schmoedown debut this week. We're going to talk to him about it. So come in and enjoy the show. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Indeed, it will. And you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Nico Suave Regoli, or just Nico Suave with 4 random English numbers thrown in at the end on Discord. You can find me over on Combat Wrestling Trivia on Facebook, Combat Wrestling Network on YouTube. The poorly made Twitter handle is at Combat Wrestling, the number 2. There is no letter G. Rolling Crits on YouTube, at Rolling Crits on Instagram. You know the drill. My friends are still figuring this whole YouTube thing out. And, of course, you can find me right here on Dedicated to Art or at D2A channel on all various social media platforms. Multiplex, Full Metal, and the Movie Trivia Face-Off whenever I have matches booked. Just one last personal thing to plug. One of my favorite wrestling promotions, Defiant Wrestling, recently closed its doors this week, but all their matches are on YouTube. If you are a wrestling fan, go check out their content and let them know that all their work was worth something and that they really had a genuine positive impact on the wrestling business. That was just something I wanted to throw in there. And again, check out all our content, as Chris said, here on Dedicated to Art. Hashtag China Sticks.
With that, guys, thanks for watching once again. As Nico and I do a dumb little pose for the thumbnail, I'll just simply say, take care.
Yeah.